Hello everyone, this is Matt from Real World Review, and today we're going to change the camera lens on the iPhone 8 Plus. This video should also apply for the 7 Plus and pretty much any other iPhone camera lens. So the tools that we will need are a P2 driver, a Y000 bit, a PH000 bit, a razor blade of some sort, a plastic pick, and some heat. So the first thing we want to do is grab the P2 driver, remove the bottom two screws, and then we can start adding some heat onto the edges of the screen. Once you add a decent amount of heat, what you want to do is grab a razor blade to kind of lift up the screen just a little bit, and then grab a plastic pick to cut through the adhesive around the sides. And then finally add some heat to the top and cut through the adhesive on the top as well. Once that's lifted up, switch to the PH000 bit and remove these 4 screws right here. Along with this metal panel, unplug the battery, and remove these 2 cables for the screen. Now you can set the screen to the side like this, switch to the Y000 bit, remove these 2 screws, remove this metal panel, and unplug the front camera cable. Now you can remove this other screw on the left and this other screw on the right, remove this metal panel, and then switch to the PH000 bit and remove this last screw holding down the camera. Well, there's one more screw. It's technically a standoff screw, so you might have a little bit difficulty removing that, but you can use a PH000 to remove that. Once that's gone, this little metal panel will lift up, and then you can remove the camera by unplugging these 2 cables right here. Use the pick to pry on the top part, and the camera should just fall out. Next, what you can do is pick out the glass, but I recommend using some heat. So we're going to add a decent amount of heat to that area, and then we're going to use this screwdriver to push out the glass. Now you can only do this a few times, and eventually you'll have to pick out the glass like this, but feel free to add some heat to make your job a little bit easier. Once all the glass is out, clean it up, and then grab something like a flathead to kind of clean up all the leftover glue. You want to make sure this area is clean and pretty flat because you are going to be putting a piece of glass on there. Now normally you want to order just the glass area, but I ordered the glass in the little frame, so I'm going to have to add some heat to kind of push that out. I highly recommend against this, but this is all that I have. Now the next thing I recommend is using a little bit of glue, just a very small amount. Even when I put on here is just a little bit too much. And you want to clean up these camera lenses. Make sure they go in the right area because one is a telephoto and the other is just a standard lens. So one is bigger than the other. Now once you set the lens down, if there's any excess glue, just get some rubbing alcohol and clean it up. Once the glue's dried a little bit, you can actually use a flat razor blade or a flathead driver to kind of clean up the little glue area. Once that area is dried and looks clean, you can put the back camera back in place. Now these cameras don't look perfect, there is some dust on the lens, so what I'm going to do is just get a cloth and kind of clean out that one lens. And now it looks a little bit better. So now we can put the phone back together. We want to put that metal piece back on and put the screws back in their appropriate places. And once we have everything plugged in, we want to set the screen like this so we can plug in the front camera flex. And make sure you're using the Y000 screws for this area. Once that looks good, you can plug in the home button cable and the LCD cable, and then the battery as well, and put the metal piece on top of those, along with the 4 PH000 screws. Once everything looks nice, we can power on the phone and put the screen down, starting with the top and pushing down on the sides, and then finally the bottom. Once the screen is down, grab the P2 driver and put in the bottom 2 screws and test out the camera. The camera looks fine and seems to be focusing properly, so everything's good. That's about it. Links will be in the description below. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section or on Twitter at MattofRWR. And feel free to follow me on the social media listed above. Also subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos like this, as well as other repair and review videos. And hit that bell button so then YouTube actually reminds you when those videos do come out. Thanks for watching.